I just want to give you an idea of how dangerous, randomly dangerous society is today. Even with murder rates down in some areas of the country, but just how weird some people are. I was on Bay Area Rapid Transit a couple of days ago, reading a Chicago magazine, minding my own business, and sitting at the seat next to the door. Actually, just went in from a woman who was also sitting down, talking on the phone, talking loudly about an issue she had with the guy she was dating. But I digress. So I'm reading, and all of a sudden I hear, wah, 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 and then that wah, 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 turns into, I just want you to look at me. And I'm not a violent man, but I feel like beating you up, or words to that effect. And I realized he kept saying this again and again and again. I realized he was talking to me. And he was mad that I didn't look up and say something to him. Then he kept going and said to the woman, "Is he, talking about me, your husband?" And she said nothing. We were both not interested in talking to the guy or anybody. We were into what we were doing, like anyone else has a right to be on a train. And so I got off and I realized, the guy's getting off with me. He wasn't getting off to follow me. He just happened to be getting off at that stop, I suppose. And anyway, when I went up the escalator, he was right there. And I called the cops. Because you don't know what that guy's capable of doing. You have no idea. Then, on YouTube, I get death threats, or I've gotten death threats before. Or suggestions that I should be dead, if you want to look at one of them the other way. But then there was another one that was in a comment section. That was a clear threat. I've had that happen a few times. So I say all of that in the context of, and it's taken me 2 minutes to get to Christine Grimes, the incredible singer who was on The Voice in 2014, who was gunned down by Kevin James Loibl for God only knows what reason. And that's what I'm getting to. He shot himself. There's right now no obvious record of social media. Perhaps he cleaned it up. Whatever the situation, whatever the case, the obvious fact is this is a man who targeted her, undoubtedly because of her fame. And we're in a society where there are people who are so upset with their lot in life and so disconnected because of the twin combination of social media and the internet that they take actions like he took. Yes, he had a gun. He shouldn't have had a gun. I'll get to that in another video. I'm not off that. He had no business having a gun. But there is a crisis of not too much conscience in the society, but crisis of behavior. There is a seemingly month-to-month slow decline in how much regard we have for the lives of others. And to the point where some of us, in our worst moments, like Mr. Loibl, would want to kill somebody for nothing, let alone someone who was arguably the next great singer, period. So there's something really, really wrong. And I don't know if advances in digital media are just going to make it worse, but we can't just stop that train with the idea of recovering or saving a generation that is negatively impacted because they're isolated by these devices and how we employ this digital technology, particularly digital communications technology. And the worst of them goes out and does what he did. We have to really have a presidential commission that evaluates what's happening here makes a list of recommendations, and then implements them. We are at a crisis moment. And the worst aspect about where we are right now is that no one, or few, because I'm talking about it, recognize that it's a crisis moment.